Hello, hello, hello. My name is Pastor Amaka, and you are welcome to the Talk with Mark. Today, I'll be talking about the pain of loneliness. In my previous video, we started talking about loneliness. Today, we'll continue with the pain of loneliness. Loneliness is like a wound. It is actually a wound. And when a wound is healing, the pain may be felt for a very long time. It may be that the recovery requires daily improvement. That is also how it is with emotional wounds, just like loneliness. When a physical wound refuses to heal, it may be that there is an infection that is inhibiting the healing. That is also how it is with loneliness, because loneliness is an emotional wound. Loneliness needs to be healed before one can experience total freedom and recovery. The emotional part of us, just like the physical part of us, requires healing. It is God that gave us our physical bodies, just as He's the one that gave us our emotions. So whenever we have anything that goes wrong with our emotions, we require healing. And God is always ready to bring emotional healing, just as He does bring healing for our physical needs. God provided for our emotional restoration. That is what I'm trying to say. He provided for our emotional restoration, just as He provided for our physical healing in Him. Note, I really want you to know this, that it is true, that you may always miss the person that triggered the loneliness. You may always miss the thing that you lost that triggered the loneliness, but you do not have to stay in that place. No, you must not be in that place. You must not suffer permanent loneliness. There's no need to do that, because there is so much more. There is so much more. You can become better. You can become the best that God wants you to be. But if you are in that place of loneliness, you will never have the best, and you will never be the best that God has prepared for you. There are two vital steps to overcome loneliness. Very, very important. The first is that we must come to that knowledge that God is always with us. That is the first step to recovery, the first step to healing when you are at the place of loneliness, or when you're suffering any wound, any emotional wound, such as loneliness. In the Bible, God reminds us that He is with us always. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 5, God says He is with us always. He will never leave us nor forsake us. You have to understand this fact. You have to believe it, not just understanding, but you must come to the place of believing. You must have faith. In the Word of God, He says He is with you always. So believe that He is with you always. When He is with you always, He takes care of everything. He said He will never leave us. He said He will never forsake us. And one thing that I have come to note with God is that He says what He means, and He always means what He says. If He says He will not leave us, then He will not leave us. If He says He will not forsake us, then that is it. He will not forsake us. Loneliness often leads us to asking ourselves several questions. Most of the time, these questions, they are unanswerable. You may not be able to answer such questions. For example, what if I am alone for the rest of my life? There is an answer to that. What if I don't get help? What if this pain or suffering lasts forever? These are some of the questions that people that are lonely ask. And it keeps them in that place of loneliness, because they don't see a better place. They don't see further than that their place of dejection and desolation. What if a problem arises that I don't know how to take care of? There are so many what ifs. But I tell you, if you are in that place where you are feeling lonely, or if you're in that place where you're feeling desolated, or if you are in that place where you felt that everybody has left you, you have left the most important things in your life have eluded you. I want you to know that there is more. There are other things that can happen beyond the stage at where you are. So I want you to also listen, because there's going to be a solution for you in a while. There are so many questions people ask. What if this? What if that? What if? These questions go on, and most of the times we don't even have the answer. Chances are that we may not be able to answer all the what ifs of life. However, as long as you know that God is with you, when you come to this understanding that there is somebody that is always with you, a comforter, a God who is always, the Bible calls him a standby. When you come to that understanding that he is always there and that he is for you, then that will help you to begin to come out of the place of loneliness so that you can move forward. The second thing you must do, which is very, very important as the first truth, is that you must press aggressively into a new life. There is a reason why I'm saying that. You must need to press aggressively into a new life, because if you don't do that, you will be at the same point. The second step you must take in order to overcome loneliness is that you must press aggressively for a new life. Press aggressively into a new life. Let me tell you, nobody is going to help you do it. The responsibility falls on you. Not everything in your life is over. I want you to recognize that fact. Everything is not over. I know, because I know what I passed through. When I lost my husband, I felt that everything was over. So many questions came to my mind. I felt, oh, who will help me do this? He was so close to my children. Who is going to help me? And so many questions came in. We had projects that we had not finished. There are things to do. There are, oh my God, businesses to run. There were so many things I didn't know. I felt it was over. I paused a little bit and I realized, when I remembered that I had God, I had a comforter, and I started listening to him. When I listened to the comforter and I began to listen to his words, even his words of comfort, encouragement began to come through his word and all that. And I realized that it wasn't over. It was just a phase of my life that was over. My little son asked me the other day and he said, "Mommy, this life now and what we had before, which one do you prefer?" I thought about the question and I said to him, yes, we lost our daddy. Yes, we lost so many things, so many comforts and all that. But this is where God has brought us. I made him to understand that this is where God has brought us, because God allowed it in the first place, and we are not so bad for it. So I want you to know that what ended has ended, but there is another life. There is something else that you can embrace, but that is only if you want to, if you allow yourself to do that, and no other person is going to help you do that. The responsibility falls on you. All of the responsibility falls on you. Why don't you get up and pursue what is left? Because you are going to be a better person. You are going to have a better you. Yes, one season has passed and another can now begin. But the question is, are you ready to open up to the next season? Yes, one ended just like I said, but there is a new one that is ahead of you, in front of you. It's all up to you to open up and receive the best that God has for you. That can only happen if you are willing to take action. The question is, are you willing to take action? Are you going to do it? At least for yourself, if not for anyone else. Don't just passively sit and wait for something to happen. Don't wait. Don't sit down and wait for things to begin to happen or for someone to come along to help you. You can initiate the process. You can take action. You can start something new. You can open up, open up doors that will let you, or that will let other doors to open, and you begin to enjoy your good life. Don't just passively sit and wait. Find someone that is lonely. That's one of the things you can do. I did that. Find someone that is lonely and begin to help them. Begin to bring joy into their lives. Bring joy, bring conversation, make friends. Get out of your lonely place. You need to get out of that place, because if you don't, all you will be doing is to continue to brood over things, and then bring yourself to the place of crying, regret, weeping, grieving over and over. And then what you're doing is to bring all the pain back. No, that is not the right thing to do. Take action. Come out of that place of loneliness. Help yourself. before you begin to ask others to help you. Note that you will reap whatsoever you sow. If you sow friendship, you will reap friendship. If you go out and meet people, bring joy into their lives. In return, you will also receive joy. You will receive laughter. At a time, I had to bring myself up and intentionally bring my place to a place of joy and laughter. Intentionally, when I say intentionally, I mean it really intentionally. I'll begin to laugh. I don't feel like laughing, but I sit down, I begin to laugh and I'll be wondering, what am I laughing at? I say I don't know, but I just intentionally do that so that I can help myself. And I find that these days I have so much joy. Joy is one of the things that I have. I prayed into it. I began to ask God, oh, bring joy. I took it to the place of prayer. I prayed about it every day. I made it a prayer point. God, bring joy into my life. Bring laughter into my life. And I intentionally walked myself to receiving those things that I was asking for: joy and laughter, gladness, happiness. And I was bringing myself into positions that will make me receive those things. And I did receive that. And that's why I'm sitting in front of you this today, trying to bring joy and laughter and happiness and encourage you so that you can also come out of your lonely place. Let the loneliness you feel today turn into compassion for others. Look for something helpful to do. Go out, feed the poor, go to the prison, go to people that are sick, pray for them. There are other things. Lend a helping hand to others. When you are doing that, you will find a reason to live. You will find a reason to live because you are adding joy to the lives of others. In my next video, I'll be answering the questions, the what ifs of a lonely person, the what ifs of pain and all that. What if this, what if that? I will try to bring that. So, but before then, please like, subscribe and comment. Also, please click on the bell icon so that you will know when I post my next video. Thank you very much.